These are the tools that you need for this project. Place tire chocks on the rear wheel. Jack up the car. Support the car with a jack stand. Remove the wheel. Loosen the front disc brake cylinder assembly bolts. Loosen the front disc brake pad support plate bolts. Remove the disc brake cylinder assembly. Suspend the brake cylinder assembly to the strut spring with a sturdy wire. Make sure that the flexible brake hose is not kinked or twisted. Remove the disc brake pad support plate. Note that this has an uneven disc brake pad wear. This is usually due to excess brake grease that is stuck at the tip of the brake caliper guide pin. Remove the rotor. If the rotor is stuck, use a metric bolt M8 by 1.25 to unstuck it. Completely compress the disc brake cylinder piston using a brake disc pad piston compressor, or you can also use a C-clamp to do this. Monitor the level of the brake fluid while doing this to prevent it from overflowing. Remove the brake caliper guide pins and be careful not to tear the dust boot if you want to reuse it. This grease at the tip of the caliper slide pin is the cause of the uneven brake pad wear on this car. take note of the location where each of the caliper guide pin came from. One of them has a cylinder slide bush. Clean the caliper guide pins and the caliper bracket. In this instance, the caliper guide pin bush is torn. Remove the old caliper pin boot. Install the new brake pin bush. Install the new brake caliper pin boot. Note that one of the well of the brake pad bracket is shallower than the other one. This is the place where the pin with the bush will be inserted. Apply a generous amount of brake grease to the body of the caliper guide pin and then remove the excess grease at the tip of the pin to prevent an uneven brake pad wear. Remove the old brake pad retainer clips. Install the new brake pad retainer clips. Install the brake pad wear indicator on top of the brake pad with its end pointing towards the rotor. Install the new brake pads. This aftermarket brake pad is too tight to fit in, so I filled a bit on the pad contact point for it to fit in the brake caliper bracket. Apply anti-seize compound on the hub. Install a new rotor, or if you have a tight budget and the rotor thickness is still viable, have it resurfaced. Use a lug nut to temporarily hold the rotor in place. Install the disc brake pads with the friction surface of the pads facing the rotor and the pad wear indicators are placed superiorly and facing towards the rotor. Torque the disc brake pad support plate bolts to 107 Nm or 79 foot-pound. Install the brake caliper. Torque both caliper bolts to 34 Nm or 25 foot-pound. Install the wheel. Torque the lug nuts to 103 Nm or 76 foot-pound. Pump on the brake pedal until it is hard to press. Check the brake fluid level and drain or fill accordingly. Remove the jack stand and the wheel chocks. Brake in the new brake pads on the old rotors to allow the friction material on the new brake pad surfaces to wear and match the profile surfaces of the old rotor. Eventually the friction surface of the new brake pads will conform to the surfaces of the old rotors, increasing the contact surface and maximizing the braking performance. Thank you for watching.